me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're trying to improve, but life still feels like it's not moving anywhere? You read, you listen, you learn, but deep down, something feels the same. It's as if you're walking in circles, doing a lot, but going nowhere. That heavy feeling of being stuck can make you doubt yourself. You might wonder, maybe I'm not ready yet, or maybe this is just how my life will be. But what if the truth is simpler? What if you're only missing one thing, a decision? In this episode, we'll talk about what it really takes to create change that lasts. You'll learn not only English, but also life skills that help you move forward. Clarity, confidence, and discipline. We'll explore how to make a real decision, how to let go of your past self, and how to plan daily progress. By the end, you'll see that feeling stuck isn't permanent. It's a sign that your next chapter is waiting. And today, you'll learn how to open that door. And before we begin, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments what you're doing as you listen and where you're listening from. It's always incredible to see the global reach of my podcast. With love, let's dive in. Why does everything start with one decision? Change doesn't start when things magically get better. It starts when you decide, truly decide, to stop being who you used to be. The word decision comes from Latin, meaning to cut off. When you make a decision, you're cutting off every other option. You're saying, this is the new me. That's powerful. Because without that moment of clarity, you'll always live halfway. One foot in the old life, one foot in the new one. Many people wait to feel ready before deciding, but readiness comes after the decision, not before it. Once you decide, your mind begins to change. You think differently, you feel differently, and you act differently. You stop making excuses and start making moves. The decision becomes the spark that lights your path. Even if things still look uncertain, that choice gives you direction. So if you've been waiting for a sign to begin, this is it. Don't wait for motivation. Decide first and let motivation follow you. How can disappointment actually help you grow? Disappointment often feels painful, like failure, rejection, or wasted effort. But what if disappointment is actually your signal to grow? When life doesn't go as planned, it's not punishing you, it's teaching you. Each moment of frustration shows you what doesn't fit anymore, what needs to change. Instead of hiding from it, face it. Let that energy push you forward. Think of disappointment as emotional fuel. When you feel tired or lost, remember that your pain is proof that you care. You care enough to want more. Many people stay stuck because they fear feeling disappointed again, but avoiding pain keeps you in the same place. Growth begins when you say, I won't let this feeling stop me. You start using pain as motivation instead of limitation. Every time you turn disappointment into determination, you move closer to your potential. Don't run from it, rise through it. What does it mean to define your future clearly? Getting unstuck starts with a clear picture of where you want to go. Most people drift through life without a map, reacting to problems instead of building plans. But clarity gives direction. It's like setting a destination on a GPS. You can't arrive somewhere you've never defined. Ask yourself, what do I really want? Picture your future life in detail. Your job, your habits, your energy, your relationships. Write them down. Be specific. The clearer your vision, the stronger your focus becomes. When you know your why, your brain starts filtering the world for opportunities that align with it. You begin noticing things that help you and ignoring things that distract you. Without clarity, every day feels confusing and it's easy to quit. But once you define your future, you create purpose. Your actions begin to make sense. You stop drifting and start designing. So take time today to define your direction, not just where you want to go, but who you're ready to become. Why is progress more important than perfection? Many people never start changing their lives because they're waiting to feel perfect. Perfectly ready, perfectly confident, perfectly skilled. But perfection is an illusion. It doesn't exist. What creates transformation is progress, not perfection. Even one small action matters. Every time you do something new, you build momentum. Think about how you learn English. You don't become fluent in one day. You get better with every sentence you speak, every mistake you correct, every new word you understand. That's how life works too. If you focus on perfection, you'll always feel behind. But if you focus on progress, every day becomes a victory. Improvement happens slowly, quietly, but it adds up. The truth is, the people who succeed aren't the most talented. They're the most consistent. So don't wait for the perfect time or the perfect mood. Start where you are. Take one step today, another tomorrow, and keep going. Progress will take you places perfection never will. How can planning your days shape your success? Your future is built from what you do each day. When you plan your days, you give yourself power. Without a plan, your time disappears. Hours lost to scrolling, distractions, or doing things that don't matter. But with a simple plan, your energy becomes focused. Each night, take 5 minutes to write down tomorrow's priorities. Ask yourself, what's one thing I can do tomorrow that moves me closer to my goals? It could be finishing a lesson, making a call, or cleaning your space. Keep it simple, but clear. When you wake up, you already know your mission. You don't waste time deciding, you just do it. Planning brings structure, and structure creates progress. At the end of the day, you can look back and feel proud. That sense of direction grows stronger with time. Success isn't random. It's built in the quiet moments of preparation. How does tracking your progress change your mindset? Progress is invisible unless you track it. When you write things down, the goals you reach, the lessons you complete, the small habits you repeat, you remind yourself that you are improving. This proof changes how you see yourself. Instead of feeling like nothing is working, you start to see clear evidence that your actions matter. That awareness keeps you going. Use a simple notebook or app. Write down your wins, even small ones. I studied today. I said no to a distraction. I woke up early. Over time, these small moments show your transformation. The human brain loves visible progress. It gives you a sense of reward and builds motivation naturally. Without tracking, growth feels uncertain and you may give up too soon. But when you see your results in front of you, you gain confidence. You realize you're not stuck at all. You're evolving. Step by step, page by page, you're becoming your new self. Why does your environment matter so much? Your environment shapes your emotions, energy, and habits more than you realize. You can't grow in a place that constantly reminds you of the past. Look around. Is your space helping you move forward or keeping you stuck? A messy desk creates a messy mind. A dark room kills motivation. Even small changes can spark new energy. Clean your space, move your furniture, add light. Go outside more often. Visit cafes, libraries, or quiet corners that make you feel inspired. Changing your physical environment sends your brain a message. Something new is beginning. The same goes for your digital world. Unfollow negativity, reduce noise, and fill your feed with people who lift you higher. Your surroundings are either pulling you down or pushing you forward. There's no middle. Choose spaces that reflect the future you want, not the past you left behind. How can you handle unsupportive people? One of the hardest parts of change is realizing not everyone will understand it. You might face people who doubt you, tease you, or prefer the old version of you. That can hurt, especially when it comes from people you care about. But remember, growth requires distance. You don't need to argue or prove anything. You just need to protect your energy. Spend less time explaining and more time evolving. Sometimes silence is stronger than defense. Find people who inspire you. Maybe they're not close friends yet, but you can learn from them online or in books. Surround yourself with voices that believe in growth. When your circle changes, your standards rise. You start thinking differently, dreaming bigger, acting bolder. It's okay to outgrow people. It's not rejection, it's redirection. You're simply walking a new path, and that's something to be proud of. What happens when learning becomes entertainment? We live in a world full of information. You can spend hours watching videos, reading quotes, and listening to motivational content. It feels like learning, but often it's just comfort. Real learning only happens when you take action. Consuming information without applying it is like buying gym clothes but never exercising. You feel ready, but nothing changes. The goal is not to collect ideas, but to live them. So after this episode, choose one thing that spoke to you. Maybe planning your day, tracking progress, or defining your vision, and do it. Even a small action creates a ripple of change. Don't become addicted to feeling inspired. Instead, become addicted to progress. Knowledge means nothing without movement, so close the notebook, close the video, and go do something that your future self will thank you for. How can saying no create freedom? Every yes to something unimportant is a no to your goals. Learning to say no is not selfish, it's smart. Many people struggle with this because they fear disappointing others. But when you say yes to every invitation, every distraction, every piece of noise, your dreams get pushed to the background. You can't build focus without boundaries. Start small. When something doesn't match your vision, pause and ask, does this help me grow? If not, say no politely but firmly. At first, it feels uncomfortable. But soon you'll realize that no is your most powerful tool. It gives you space, time, and clarity. You'll feel lighter, more focused, and more in control of your life. Protecting your time is how you respect yourself, and every no you say brings you one step closer to the life you truly want. Why does identity shape your habits? You can't build a new life with the same identity. If you keep telling yourself, I'm lazy or I'm not consistent, your brain will believe it and act accordingly. But if you start saying, I'm becoming disciplined, or I'm the kind of person who finishes what they start, your actions will follow that story. Your identity is like the soil. Your habits are the plants growing in it. Change the soil and the plants grow differently. So instead of focusing only on what you want to do, focus on who you want to be. Ask yourself, what would a focused person do today? What would a confident person say? Then act as that person, even in small ways. The more you repeat it, the stronger your new identity becomes. Soon, it's no longer an act. It's who you are. How can you build momentum when motivation fades? Motivation feels exciting, but it's temporary. Some days you'll wake up ready to take on the world. Other days you'll feel tired, bored, or lost. That's normal. What keeps you moving isn't motivation, it's momentum. Momentum comes from doing small things repeatedly until they become natural. It's like riding a bike. Once you start pedaling, it gets easier to keep going. But if you stop for too long, starting again feels heavy. The secret is to keep moving, even when it's slow. Read a page, do a short workout, study for 10 minutes. Those tiny actions keep your mind in motion. Momentum builds confidence, and confidence creates motivation again. So don't chase energy. Create it. Every little effort counts. Keep your rhythm steady, and one day you'll look back and realize you've built unstoppable momentum. What's the role of patience in transformation? Transformation takes time, sometimes longer than you expect. We live in a world that moves fast, but real change moves slowly. It grows quietly, like roots under the ground before a tree appears. You may not see progress every day, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. Patience is what keeps you going when results aren't visible. When you stay consistent, you're building invisible strength, habits, discipline, and mindset. That's what lasts. Impatience makes people quit too early, but patience helps you see that the process is the progress. Think about learning English. You study daily, sometimes feeling stuck, then one day you suddenly understand something you couldn't before. That's the reward for patience. So don't rush your journey. Trust that your work is adding up in ways you can't yet see. What kind of life will you choose to create? At the end of everything, it all comes down to choice. You can choose to stay the same, or you can choose to change. You can keep learning without acting, or you can start applying what you know. You can wait for the perfect moment, or you can make this moment perfect by beginning now. The decision is yours. If you've been feeling stuck, take this as your turning point. You've learned how to decide, how to plan, how to protect your energy, and how to move forward step by step. You now understand that growth isn't about luck. It's about choice, direction, and patience. So take a deep breath and decide to become the person you've always wanted to be. From this moment, you are no longer your past self. You are the creator of your future, and the life you desire begins the moment you finally say, "Enough. I'm ready." And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss the next lesson. Your support means so much. It keeps this space alive and growing. With love. Thank you for being here, and I can't wait to continue this journey with you.